Hi everybody, Analisa Six here, and I wanted to come on really quick and talk about the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction happening today at 21 degrees of Taurus and discuss a little bit of how you can use this to reflect on what's going on in your birth chart. So a lot of times you'll see a lot of astrologers like me talking about these transits and how they're rare. They only happen every so many years. And I think that the part that can be hard for most people, if you're not an astrologer, is how do I use this in my own life and how does this apply to me? So you can work with an astrologer like me. You can book a reading with me. I have the information in my bio on my link tree on how to book. But you can also, if you know how to look at your birth chart, figure out where this is happening in your chart by finding Taurus. So you look at your birth chart, you look for the house that Taurus is in, and then this is happening at 21 degrees of Taurus. And so if you have anything at 21 degrees of Taurus, this Jupiter-Uranus conjunction is going to be conjunct that. And then if you have anything else in your chart that's within 21 degrees, that's going to be aspecting that area of your chart as well. So this could be happening in somebody's area of career or somebody's area of relationship or somebody's area of identity, children, home and family. It's all different for all of us. But essentially, what this conjunction is doing collectively is that we've had Uranus in Taurus for a while now, and Taurus is the fixed earth sign that rules the second house that has to do with our relationship to structure, materially, money, financial systems. It also is the house that rules self-worth, how we value things, what we value in the material especially. And then we have Uranus, which is the planet that represents change and destruction, passing through this fixed earth. So if you go back years at some of the older podcasts that I've done with Melissa from Energetic Principles, a lot of us were saying that Uranus and Taurus would be get comfortable getting uncomfortable, and that we're entering a new normal. What we knew prior to Uranus and Taurus that's not life anymore. This is all new things. Jupiter is the planet that represents expansion, growth, opportunities, abundance. And Jupiter, since it represents expansion, it doesn't really have any boundaries. Like, we just kind of think of the ever expanding universe, and that's how I think of Jupiter. Like, it's just this big kind of, ever flowing energy that never ends. There's no boundary. And Taurus being fixed earth represents a lot of fixed boundaries, fixed lines, but then we have Jupiter coming in and expanding that. And then we have Uranus, the destroyer, that brings change and chaos and unexpected surprises. And that's coming through and, I envision like a tornado coming through, something fixed, right? I always think of the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz symbology, I think, is just so amazing. It's like she's in this very black and white traditional kind of family farm structure that we kind of were given this impression that it's very dull and very predictable. And she's this, young woman that's coming of age that wants to adventure. She wants to grow beyond what she knows. And this tornado literally comes through and destroys everything. And the house is flying in the air, and she lands in this magical place of Oz. And she is on the adventure of her wildest dreams, and yet she starts to realize that maybe this adventure that she's on isn't so great after all, and that feeling of home she's searching for. And the moral of the story of the Wizard of Oz is that home was wherever she was. She was wearing those ruby red slippers the entire time, and even though she makes it back to her home, there's that kind of, the Wizard of Oz is so esoteric, and the ruby red slippers represent so much. The yellow brick road, like the path to enlightenment, the Emerald City, all of it. But I think of this transit, Jupiter conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Taurus is ruled by Venus. The Empress card, I think a lot of with Taurus. But I feel very much like this transit collectively is pushing us into that new expansive territory that is very uncomfortable, very different, and we might be grasping to hold on to the past or something familiar, and it's just, life doesn't work that way, right? The only constant that we can rely on is that nothing lasts forever and that change is imminent, whether it's the type of change we think we want in the moment or not. So, the best thing that we can do during this transit is to surrender to it and be in a state of wonder and curiosity at the opportunities that are presenting themselves, and work on ourselves to show up to what's presenting itself as the best version that we can be of ourselves, and get comfortable getting uncomfortable, because there's a lot of new things that we're going to get pushed into cosmically right now. So that's my 2 cents on this transit, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to get off here before the noise is too unbearable.